All right, I'm live. All right, so hey y'all, I am going to do my third live in less than a week. I'm liking doing these live just because it means I don't have to edit, but it was a little nerve wracking thinking about trying to do something um, like plan for it and do it within a decent amount of time because I don't want it to run on too long. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and start by sharing. Let me move my stuff. I'm in my office today. So, just a little bit. I have my iPad so I could see you all in the chat, I hope. So, let me do this. And I'm going to. All right. All right. So, I'm going to start with the seed catalog. And I'm not going to go through the seed catalog. I'm just going to share what I plan to try to grow. What I plan to grow, well, try to grow next year. All right, let's see if I can get down here. Hey, Nikki. All right, so I finally got the Baker Creek's seed catalog. So I'm not going to go through it page by page or anything because I'm not sure if that's like a copyright violation. So I'm just going to show you all what I'm going to get. So let's see. First thing, I want this Pink Beauty just because it's so pretty, but it's also, it's food. But I would like to have not an ornamental garden, but a pretty garden. And I love the bright colors that these kind of foods bring to the garden. And this catalog has so many of those kind of, I mean, you can get just a regular, what is this? You can get some regular greens and they're just green, but I love that this bright pink stalk. So I want to get that. And it's also supposed to be very heat tolerant. So that was another reason why I wanted it. Because I'm in Texas and we get triple digit temps during the summer for an extended period. Last year we had, I think, at least 90 days of triple digits and no rain. So I also want to get beans. I'm not growing any beans. I haven't tried beans at all since I started gardening in 2020. So I do want to try some of these beans. I haven't decided which. I may order all of them. I'm definitely going to try some of the purple ones. And here is some echinacea. I saw this in Yellow Door Homestead, Yellow Door Urban Homesteads, Asia's Garden, and I love these. They look like little sunflowers. So I want to try these in my garden. They're also medicinal. So they're not just pretty, they're herbs. Now this goji berry, I actually had a dream that I had a goji berry bush or tree, whatever it is. And so that's why I want one of these. That was a few months ago, just out of the blue. I probably someone talked about having one, and on a subconscious level, I dreamed about it. But whatever it is, I want one because I dreamed I had one. Let's see. I also want to try. I know most of the cucumbers they taste like cucumbers, but I love the different colors and the different looks. So I'm gonna try this African horn cucumber. So it looks similar to the jelly melon that I already had, but has a it says it has a banana lime tropical fruit taste. So we'll see. I want to try these milkweeds primarily because they're the color. These also I think attract monarch butterflies. but they attract pollinators in general. So I'm probably going to put this in my front yard because it says it has a toxic sap. So, and I have 2 dogs, so I don't want them to be potentially exposed to this. So, but I want to get this milkweed. Oh, and then also this, what is this? I don't know how to pronounce this. Beni hushi. It's a salad vegetable. So I like that it's a bright color. It says it's a succulent, but it's a salad green. So yeah, I want to try this. And it also says that it's good for heat and cold extremes. So it could potentially survive the whole year here. So, all right. So let's see. The next thing. Oh, I've seen these Buena Mulata peppers, and I forgot someone just was talking about them and saying they have a mild taste, but I primarily want them for the color. So I want to try those. There may be other things I'll try, but these are the things I went through and I definitely want to try. Um, oh, and I was just watching At Home with Cherie's live, and she mentioned these Jack B. Little. She had a great harvest. I think she's going to do another video about these, but she mentioned them in her live. She had a lot of them, so I'm going to try that just because it's so prolific. And I think my last tab in here is melons. Now, I love watermelon, and the reason why I started gardening was because I wanted to grow my own watermelon. I got tired of being ripped off by the grocery stores because those watermelons would be soggy or just not sweet. So that's what got me into gardening, wanting to grow my own watermelon. But I do not like all the seeds that are in watermelon. So I was going to just grow cantaloupe next year. But here is the strawberry watermelon. It says that it has very few seeds. And then I'll maybe try some of these other ones too. But definitely the strawberry because it says it doesn't have a lot of seeds. And that's it for the Baker Creek catalog. All right, I'm gonna go look at the chat. I would turn my camera toward me, but I'm sweating like crazy, and I'm afraid I'm gonna mess up the mount. Hey, Lashes Journey, and of course, hey Nikki and Cassandra. Thank y'all for still being here. I think I haven't been on here very long. Oh, 11 minutes. All right, so I'm gonna start by showing what I used to keep I'm currently keeping my seeds in. So I started with this binder. So I just had them in these sheet protectors. I put each individual one inside of these little zip baggies. But what I found over time is that the edges of these I'll find one. The edges of these are tearing. So I was like, either I can reinforce these all with tape, and this is eventually gonna be looking kind of crazy, or I could just try a new system. So I decided to try a new system. What I've been doing, well, some of my seeds are still in here, but the majority of them have been in this bin. Let me see if that's in focus. All right. So the majority of them have been inside this bin. And I like being able to have them and just, scatter the seeds out on the table, or especially in my dining room, just lay them out on the table. But of course, it's harder to find things like this. I do have 2 of these, and I was thinking about getting some more and have them sorted, in these big old containers. But T-Nog, the New Orleans gardener, and also Food by Faith, they were talking about these this kind of organizer. And I had seen these before, but I was like, oh, I don't need anything like that. So I didn't have that many seeds at the time. But now that my seed collection is growing, it is, I do need something like this. So I got this from Michael's. I actually have two of them. And when I got it back, I was like, oh, maybe I didn't need two of them. But I'm going to keep two of them just in case, I have room to grow. And I like that, these are also on Amazon, but they're a lot higher. And that's where I was initially going to get them until Food by Faith mentioned where she got hers. But I like that they have a simple clasp, and also these little things have a simple clasp. And they fit inside these little slots. So if you can see the little slots on the corners, they kind of keep them in place. So even when there's just one of them. So yeah, and I do like these that you can just take, what you need and then go sort them somewhere. You don't have to I wouldn't have to take all of my seeds or a bunch of seeds that I don't need. I could just kind of focus on what I'm going to use. So what I was going to do, I think I was supposed to bring my chalk pen in here, but I don't even know where it is. I was going to write the labels. I could do that later. I was going to go ahead and sort through how I'm going to put these. Now there are 16 of these, so it could be, and I have a second one of these. So I have another one. And just FYI, this does mostly come out with one peel, but a little bit of it got stuck. It was easy to scrape off. And then I just wiped it off with some soapy water. So for anybody who that's important to, it's important to me. Okay, so let me look at the chat. Yeah, these things, everyone makes these lives look so easy, but it is not easy. The behind the scenes tech part is not easy. And then just kind of being, I guess, on air in quotes is, it's a little nerve wracking trying to make sure you aren't too boring and kind of stay on track. Okay. Oh, I know what I can do. Or I can see if I can figure out how to do it. I have my laptop. Oh, I can't move it. I was going to see if I could show people. Oh, okay. All right. All right, so that was Nikki. Oh, you have the photo case organizer. Okay, everybody has that. Yeah, I see why. Because as you grow your collection, your seed collection, you just need something better. And this is so perfect, especially because you can see what's in there. All right, let's see. My laptop is too far from me. Let's see. All right. Whoops. Let me move that. All right, so I'll just go ahead and open these seeds and see how I'm going to sort. Oh, and that's another good reason to have these. So when they spill, and that's why I had them in the little zip pockets. When the seeds spill, at least they'll stay in the container and I can use them. So let's see. I'm not sure if this is all of my seeds, but it's most of them. It's not very many. I'm going to change that in 2023. All right, so I'll set this on the floor. And let's see. All right, so I'll go ahead and start a can of melons, cucumbers, See how all the cucumbers they're different. They look different. They taste very similar though. They do. Although my favorite cucumber is still the lemon cucumber. What is this? Oh, that's a melon cucumber. I gourd. I have to gourd just because I just want to see what it looks like. See if I can grow it. And I would love to have it in the garden too. So I have some chamomile, so I'll make a stack for herbs and eggplants. All right. Peppers, a lot of peppers. I love peppers. I actually have this one. I'll put this one inside. I thought I had an empty one. My broccoli romanesco, which I have in the garden now. Well, hopefully it's surviving this freeze. I have it covered, so I'm gonna check on that today. Actually, one of my friends has a backyard garden. She's had it for a while. She gave me some of her lemon cucumbers seeds, tomatillo. I'll just stick that with the tomatoes for now. I want to make sure this isn't getting too long. I don't want it to be 20 minutes. I know there are other lives too. I know at home with Cherie I was on her live since she started over an hour ago. How many more months until spring? For us, we really pretty much get it March, around the middle of March. I know for some other people, it's their growing season for spring starts later. Like I think Mike said he doesn't start until like June, and he's in Minnesota. Mike's Chaotic Gardening. Let's see. Oh, flowers I have. I'll try to speed up. I have a lot of cucumbers. I guess when you look at your stuff, that's when you realize kind of what you have. And I'm gonna put the brassicas all together for now. Although I'm sure I could break them up since I have so many of these containers. What did I do with my melons? I think I got something mixed up. Peppers. Oh, wait, cucumbers. Oh, that's what happened. And tomatoes. I don't have as many tomatoes as I would like. I want to try like a big beet tomato, and I saw I didn't mark that one in the Baker Creek's catalog, but there's a black one that I want to try. In the little description of it, it says that some people say it's the best tomato they've ever tasted. So I want to try that one. And also, it'd be nice to have like an unusual tomato that's also good food. Mint. Oh, these carrots. I've only tried to grow these once. I wonder if it's too late to do these. I may try to do this, in my greenhouse maybe. Peppers, lettuce, and parsley. And then I'll get the ones out of my blender. The stragglers that I have still in here. Mostly peppers, it looks like. Yeah. So the binder is a good system. It's just that the pages were beginning to rip because I guess I'm too rough. I'm turning the pages and taking stuff out. All right, that's it. All right, I think we'll get to the end. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start putting these. I'm gonna put the carrots by itself. Oh, whoa, these won't fit in here. Well, I'll take them out later, maybe when they get more in there. I'm gonna keep them for now. See, well, it latches pretty good, and I like this latch because I feel like it won't break easily. I mean, the whole thing will literally have to break off, so I think it should be okay. And then my melons, and maybe I'm gonna go ahead and break the melons by category: watermelon, and then other melons. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to take them out the thing. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody. I know I don't pay attention to the chat. I'm trying to learn to do that. And when I planted those carrots, Nikki, they did grow the one time I planted them, and they were sweet. I just forget about them. And I guess that's a good thing about this. I'll be able to see things kind of more easily since the carrot has its own little box now. Like the raspberry. That's quite a few seed packs I could fit inside one. Oh, I have some radish. So that's not, I have that with peppers. So I'll just put it in the box by itself. Because I do want to try more radishes too, especially that wasabi. So I want to make my own sushi eventually. I don't know if it's going to fit with all of this. But yeah, I'll take these out later. I don't want to waste time taking them out now. That's 2 boxes for peppers so far. Maybe I'll split them bell pepper or sweet peppers and hot peppers as well. I'll split them later. My very few tomatoes that I have. Although I thought I had more, but I definitely want to try more. I've been trying just cherry because that's primarily what I like. But I love tomatoes on sandwiches too. And I also want to make sauces, so including hot sauce, but pasta sauce too. We have 1 pea. It's going to go in its own box. I do want to try more peas too, but I really want to try some beans. One spaghetti squash. Oh, I have a pumpkin that I guess I don't have in here. It's a miniature pumpkin, and I'll put that in here with the squash. Well, here's a tomato that I left off. This tomato is the one that I'm growing in my WIG 2022 indoor growing. And these are doing well indoors. I'm gonna have to figure out what to have to upsize their container, I think. Okay, so squash I'll put by itself until I do have a pumpkin dough that I gotta find. I have these flowers. Coffee. Here. Here's another sunflower. Oh, I have a corn. the strawberry. This is the strawberry that I grew from seed. That, well, I don't know what the freeze has done to it, but it was alive the week before last. And these are watermelons, so I'll put these other watermelons. Okay. The other watermelon. All right, let's take that out. All right, this is getting long. I'll go ahead and pull the flowers out. And I actually won't be putting the tomatillos by themselves. That's fine. No, I didn't. I'm running out of things. So I'll put the corn by itself. And I'll put the tomatillo with the tomatoes. I only have 3 left in here. So I am going to have to use both of my sets that I got. So that's cool. So good thing I got the extra. Yeah, because these herbs. Oh, these are cucumbers. Yeah, cucumbers. And I have okra 2 and the gourd. They're going to go in different. And I'll put my onions in different containers. Parsley. All right, so I will use my second container. So I'll continue setting these up. Let me make sure. Uh-oh. All right, I think they can see me. All right, I'm going to check the chat. All right, so I'm not seeing myself on here. Okay, there I am. I was behind on my tablet. All right, sorry about that. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Everyone who was able to catch the live. Thanks for everyone who stops by later and watches. And I will see you all in another video. All right. Thanks.